This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Hi friends, Ernie Rodina, your host of the Better Horses Radio Show, here on behalf of Ag AM in Kansas. And we're back. We're back at the Bichelmeyer Meat Market. We've been at the ranch about a year ago. Now we're at the meat market seeing where it's all done. I'm here with my good friend Joe Bichelmeyer. Joe, good
nice
to see you. And it's always a journey down here, and you got a lot of neat stuff going on. And, we're talking about in today's climate, and my hat goes off that you don't see many meat packing plants in areas like it. You got the full service meat, and you do the butchering, custom butchering. What would you say, would you attribute the success that many years? In fact, we're talking how many years you've been in this?
Since 1946.
46, and you keep growing and you keep getting more customers.
Well, it's all about service, Ernie. It's all about taking care of people. And our customers bring us more customers, and our advertisement, other than Better Horses Network, is pretty much done word of mouth.
Well, that's been good. And you think about it, as far as whether it be a restaurant or whether it be a meat place, it just takes one mess up and you lose a customer a lot of times.
Very definitely, and we work very hard to pay attention to all the details particular to satisfy that given customer.
Take it from me, Ernie Rodina. I'm going to ask you, why does your meat taste so good? Your steaks are like going to the finest restaurants, and I know you cater to all types of clients, whether it be grass-fed or these choice-fed. Talk a little bit about your diversity.
Well, what separates us from, I'll say, grocery store meat is, number one, we slaughter here. We have control of the quality of the animals that we slaughter. We dry age them in accordance with proper dry aging practices. That gives the animal, the meat from the animal, an opportunity to be as flavorful and as tender as it possibly can be. It's not a big secret. It's just doing things in the proper fashion. They're not harvested one day and on the freezer shelf or the cooler shelf 2 or 3 days later. Before they're offered to the public, they've aged at least 14 days. They're good genetics. The animals are predominantly an Angus background and fed. We ourselves predominantly are grain finished. The calves are grown on grass and mother's milk till weaning. Post-weaning, they're grown on grass, silage, some ground hay, and allowing their bodies to grow. Once they're at the feeder stage of their life, then we offer them the opportunity to eat silage mixed with spent grain from the local Boulevard Brewery right here in Kansas City and cracked corn. This allows the animal to develop proper marbling, which gives them proper flavor and tenderness, and that's what we have grown our reputation on. We do offer custom slaughtering and processing. We work with many grain and grass finishers. We respect all forms of beef animals, and we offer our slaughtering and processing services for those people.
And so, really, folks need to realize if they did go grass-fed, because there's a trend with some folks who go grass-fed, you're not going to get the same flavor as you will on your corn-fed, your grain-fed products down here.
You get a flavor. It's a bit unique to that type of animal and what it's been fed. Typically, the ground beef is outstanding from the grass-finished animals. The roasts have a unique flavor, a little less fat, a little different flavor. And then the steaks are unique to themselves in that there's less marbling. You get the more of the flavor of the meat without quite as much tenderness. Unless they're aged properly, then they're as flavorful as they can be given their situation.
Well, looking at your whole operation, from where they process them from the beginning, and even going back to the ranch. You go back to the ranch, I can't help thinking, every time out in the ranch, you handle those cattle on horseback all their lives pretty much. And there's a sense of, you don't see the wild running here, running there from that standpoint. So I want to commend you on what you're doing out there from the hook to the plate. We're here at Bichelmeyer Meat Market down here. It's an experience. Make sure that you come down here. Joe, thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure, Ernie. Thank you.